And right now, a judge is hearing arguments in the Ahmaud Arbery murder case. Attorneys for the father and son accused of killing Arbery arguing for their clients to be released on bond while they await trial. It is their first court hearing since initially being denied bail by a judge back in July. Joe Hankey joining us live now with the latest.
Well, Sheba, in the past half hour, the formal bond hearing for the father and son defendants began, and their family members are currently being called as witnesses as attorneys attempt to characterize the two to see whether or not they will get bond. But for about an hour this morning, attorneys on both sides of the case argued before the judge about what evidence should be allowed in today's bond hearing. They wrapped up those arguments, and now the bond hearing, as I mentioned, is underway. Travis and Gregory McMichael have been in jail in South Georgia since May when they were arrested. They were arrested after video of the shooting surfaced on social media, leading to national outrage. Prosecutors have said Arbery, who was shot and killed in February, was out for a jog when he was confronted by the McMichaels. Attorneys for the McMichaels say they believed Arbery had burglarized a home under construction in their neighborhood, although the homeowner has made it clear nothing was ever taken and he was not working in any way with the McMichaels. A third defendant, William Roddy Bryant, also charged with murder in this case. He was denied bond himself back in July. In today's hearing, the burden is on the defense in Georgia to be granted bond. Your attorney needs to show you won't be a flight risk, threat to the community, won't commit other crimes while out on bond, and won't intimidate any possible witnesses for a trial in your case. Now, right now in court, as I mentioned, witnesses are being called. The attorneys are attempting to characterize the two defendants as they go through that checklist of whether or not they should be granted bond or denied bond. We'll have any updates for you on the bond hearing over on 11alive.com and coming up tonight here on 11 Alive at 5 and 6 p.m. Sheba.